Texas League Baseball is next. And we'd like to welcome you to this Tuesday night live broadcast. And now here's the star of the San Antonio Missions, everybody's greatest friend. He is mine. He is yours. Here is the voice of your missions, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back into our Texas League live broadcast. What a beautiful night for baseball here in South Texas. It is the first game of our 6-game set between the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles, AA affiliation, to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and your San Diego Padres AA team, your San Antonio Missions. Well, gotta say, we are Taco Bell night here tonight, as it is taco night. And Bob, did you make tacos tonight? Because I sure did.
Yeah, John, I did as well. I made tacos for my family, and boy, they were delicious.
I gotta say, HEB is proud sponsor of Missions Baseball, and also our Taco Bell, and also Henry's Puffy Taco as well. Spring Creek Stables is also a new sponsor of ours for horseback riding adventures and pretty much a lot of cool places out there as well. Well, I gotta say, we are back after our long road trip up in Springfield. And tonight, the Cardinals up there in Frisco taking on the Rough Riders. And so far, Amarillo here tonight in San Antonio, which that is pretty good as well. This will be our final 6-game meetup of the year between these two ball clubs. After Sunday's game, we will not see Amarillo until next year in 2025. After the Sunday game with the Sod Poodles, Missions will head up north. They'll take on the Frisco Rough Riders in a 6-final game series. And then returning home to take on the Midland Rockhounds for the final 6 times of the year as well. Missions will head to the North Division to take on the Tulsa Drillers there at DCJ Field. And then coming back home on September 10th, through the 15th to take on the Springfield Cardinals in a 6-game regular season finale here in San Antonio. I'm going to say our 2025 schedule is online now, so if you guys want to listen in, and we'll go ahead and give it right to you. Opening day starts Friday, April 4th through the 6th. As Missions will have a short 3-game weekend series to lead off opening day 2025, taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles. After that, Missions head on the road. They'll go IH-37 towards Corpus Christi as we take on the Corpus Christi Hooks starting on Tuesday, April 8th through the 13th. Missions back home to take on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals starting the 15th through the 20th. Then on the road, they'll head up to Amarillo after that homestand, starting April 22nd through the 27th. Missions will wrap up the month of April 29th through the pretty much April 29th through May 4th, taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks for a 6-game set. And Missions are staying home to take on another 6 games. And this one will be with the Frisco Rough Riders starting on May 6th through the 11th. So, gotta say, that is going to be a good birthday right there, taking on the Rough Riders. Missions head up to Midland right after the 12-game homestand starting on May 13th through the 18th. That is taking on Midland. Missions after that will take on the Wichita Wind Surge for a 6-game set starting the 20th through the 25th of May. And then after that, Monday road travel day as San Antonio heads to Arkansas starting the 27th through the 1st of June. Missions back home taking on Midland starting June 3rd through the 8th. Missions are headed up to the Panhandle taking on Amarillo the 10th through the 15th. San Antonio back home taking on the Rough Riders starting Tuesday the 17th through the 22nd. Missions headed up to Midland starting the 24th through the 29th. After that, a short 3-game series to lead off the month of July, taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks for a short 3 games. And then July 4th through the 6th is weekend baseball up there in Corpus Christi. Then from good old Corpus Christi, they'll head up to Wichita, take on the Wichita Wind Surge in a 6-game set, and that will conclude the first half of 2025. Missions will start a 9-game homestand starting on July 18th through the 20th, the leadoff 3 against Amarillo, and a leadoff 6 with Midland. After that, they'll conclude the month of July taking on the Frisco Rough Riders starting July 29th through the 3rd of August. So pretty good right there on that one. Missions will be back home on Tuesday, Tuesday, August 5th through the 10th. So we take on the visiting Springfield Cardinals. And after that, we head up to Tulsa to take on a 6-game set with the Drillers. Missions back home on Tuesday, August 19th through the 24th. We take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles for 6. Missions head up back to the Dallas Metroplex to take on the Frisco Rough Riders for a 6-game set starting on August 26th through the 31st. Missions were back home as we have our final homestand of 2025, a 6-game set with Corpus Christi. And then after that, starting on the 2nd through the 7th against the Hooks. And then the 9th through the 14th, we're out of town for one final 6-game regular season meetup with Springfield. And that's your 2025 schedule, and I got to say, it is pretty good that we are getting a lot more baseball, and so far, we are good to go on that. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. How are you doing, Bob?
I gotta say, John, I'm doing good. How are you?
Why, I'm doing really good. Well, we had our 6 games up there in Springfield, and gotta say, it was fun going up there and seeing our San Antonio Missions take on the Cardinals there at beautiful Blue River Stadium. And I gotta say, pretty good as well. Do I hear a car alarm going off? Huh. Well, I guess I don't hear it anymore. I guess I was hearing a car alarm going off, but I guess it's all right. Well, anyway, Bob, I gotta say it was a pretty good week there in good old Springfield. And so far, gotta say, Mission's back home to take on one more 6 game series against Amarillo for the year. And so far, we are just super excited that we're back home before we head up to Frisco and then taking on Midland right after our 6 games with the Rough Riders. And then it'll be headed back up on the road one more time, taking on Tulsa, and then coming back for a 6 game regular season finale against the Springfield Cardinals right after that. I got to say, John, this season was spot on and perfect. And I got to say, I can't wait for 2025 as Missions will start their 5th year here in the Texas League. Yes, and it'll be you and me coming back for another great baseball season. We just can't wait for that. And hey, did you hear any floating around rumors about what we're expecting for April 2028? Well, I got to say, John, I think we all know what's going on in 2028. The Missions are being moved to a downtown ballpark, and the Elmore Sports Group and pretty much all of us are moving there. And yeah, we're going to have a new, beautiful ballpark, hopefully by 2028. And we'll have it opened up for our first home game. I think we're going to have something pretty good about that. Don't know who we're taking on the first home game, but anyway, it's going to be a pretty good ballpark there for San Antonio and for pretty much the Missions as well on that one. Well, I got to say, Bob, it will take about 300 million to build this thing, and so far it's going to be a expensive build. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. Well, anyway, this has been our pregame show, and we are just super excited that you guys are coming in and joining us here on this new week of baseball, our last 6 game meetup with Amarillo for the year. And don't forget, Sunday will be it for these two ball clubs. Well, anyway, we're about ready to get on with our show, and so far, hope you guys are super excited for what we have here coming up. We got more right after this from our proud commercial messages, and this one from our new sponsor from Spring Creek Stables. You can book a horseback ride for $60, and unlike West Creek, well, pretty much they were our former proud sponsor. Evidently, they dropped out and pretty much they didn't want to be sponsored anymore, so that's okay. We'll get another ranch and we'll shout out Spring Creek Stables, located off of 1604 and IH10, not far from the good old Camp Bullis area, which that is also pretty good as well. Well, we'll be right back here in Texas League Baseball. Our first pitch coming up in just a few minutes from now. We're back with Missions Baseball. Now get ready for the first pitch coming up as we bring you this live Tuesday night game. Here's John Baker as he brings it to us. Well, gotta say, Bob, a absolutely beautiful night, sunny and blue sky, and Missions wearing their beautiful home whites as they take the field. And Amarillo wearing their road grays. Pretty good on that one. Well, first to lead off this series, a right-hander, Lake Barker, coming in. What do we know, Bob? Gotta say, 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball, curveball, changeup, two-seamer. Boy, you better watch where he throws, because he might strike you out if you don't blink an eye. Yeah, that's for sure. Christian Robinson leading off for Amarillo as we get things started here this evening. Well, 3 magic words. Let's have a good time and let's play ball. Here's the first pitch by Bacher. And we are underway. That one's down and in the bottom part of the strike zone and underway for a code strike. It's 0-1. We are 7:15 on this Tuesday night. Boy, glad everybody coming in with us. And the pitch right there and inside for a code strike 2. And boy, first 2 pitches have been code strikes by Lake Bacher, and so far he's been pretty phenomenal through this 2024 baseball season. Yeah, I gotta say, John, his reservoir is pretty good, but evidently needs a lot more work here in Double-A Missions. Yeah, he sure does. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air. Second baseman Reyes getting up to center to make the play, and there's the first out of the inning. Tommy Troy coming in as 1 away, nobody on here in the top of the first inning for Amarillo. Well, go ahead and give your ball club. Springfield at Frisco, Amarillo at San Antonio. Midland at Tulsa this evening. Boy, pretty good for the Rockhounds and Drillers. Corpus Christi at Northwest Arkansas. Arkansas at Wichita. Right there and in, and the count now 1-1. Boy, first pitch clock violation on Lake Bacher as he gets one for a ball, and it's 1-1 even up. Here's the pitch. That one chopped foul, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Troy. And the pitch to him. That one down in the dirt, and it'll be for a ball. The count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Get him down on strikes. And boy, that is 2 back-to-back strikeouts for Bacher. And there's 2 away. Next batter up is Jackson Feltner as he comes in. Take in a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, pretty good on that one is getting in for a code strike, and it's 0-1. A 1. That one high and outside, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. And the pitch. That one down, and that will go foul, and it's 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air. Up to center is Mears as he'll make the play, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Amarillo as we head to the bottom of the first, no score through the top half of inning number 1. Back here for Texas League Baseball as we lead off the bottom of the first for San Antonio. And it's no score as San Antonio comes to bat right after our first proud commercial messages brought to you in part by Spring Creek Stables. And as I said before, get online or make your phone call to reservation for a $60 horseback ride, courtesy of Spring Creek Stables. We'll be right back with more Missions Baseball as we lead off the bottom of the first coming up. We're back for the bottom of the first right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Logan Allen, a left-hander, getting the call for Amarillo. Scouting report says he's got a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Slider circle change and others as well. Curveball and cutter as well. Well, here is the leadoff hitter for San Antonio, Kai Murphy. Murphy usually playing the designated hitter position, but tonight he'll lead off in left field. Right there and in, and the count now is 0-2. Boy, 1-0 for Tulsa. They lead Midland by the 1 run. That one is high fly in the air up to center. And it is the center fielder to make the play for the first out. The right fielder is Robert Perez Jr. He comes in and he's ready to go. The pitch right there outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, just a beautiful evening for baseball, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. And knowing this will be the first of a 3, well, should I say 9 more games left? No, Bob, but where are you going with that? See, 6 plus 6, what does that equal? 12.
Ball 3.
And another 6. About 18 more games left for the home side. And that one's well crushed. High fly in the air. And that's going to hit the wall. And he's going for it. And that's a double by Robert Perez Jr. So a Whataburger double, served hot and fresh, 24/7 for all people of San Antonio. And pretty good like that.
Yeah, John, I gotta say, it is real good stuff. So if you've been to Whataburger, then that double meat cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends, they're from Whataburgers for you and for everybody here in the South Texas region and a lot of people in Texas.
That's why they call it a Texas restaurant.
Yes, right there.
And that one, high fly in the air. Joshua Mears launches one, gets gone. Boy, 2-run shot by Mears, and he crushes that one. And it's now a San Antonio lead of 2-0. Well, blister that ball. Hallelujah. Boy, he just says, I'm just going to whack the stuffing out of it. And that's one way you launch off a homestand after our 6 at Springfield. Boy, that was a firecracker.
Yeah, it sure was, John. He let that one go, and it was out of here.
First baseman is Lucas Dunn, usually playing the second base area, but Michael De La Cruz off tonight. Giving him a good time off after a week of baseball there in Springfield. He played first base every game up there. And that's going to be right there up to right, and that's a base hit. Well, score reads San Antonio 2, Amarillo nothing. Boy, Joshua Mears, just one of the best guys out there in the Padres organization. That's a deserved call-up to AAA level baseball.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, when you hit something like that and you work for your teammates, you win as a team. In the end, if you can hold out, that's even more better.
Yeah, it sure is, Bob. 1 ball, 1 strike to Clay Dungan. Boy, that one high and outside. 2 balls and a strike.
1 strike.
Springfield leads 2-1 against Frisco. Boy, Cardinals organization right there. Getting really good. Well, early this year, San Antonio had 2 free agencies for 2 prospects. And pretty much, as we've seen it there in Arkansas, as we took on the Arkansas Travelers during those games, Nathan Mortarella and Jacob Marcy were called up to the Miami Marlins. It's 2 free trades there for the majors.
I gotta say, we won't never forget those 2 guys.
Yeah, I know. Connor Hollis coming in as he hits that one foul, and it's 1-1. So Jacob Marcy and Nathan Mortarella. Well, I can't believe I still remember their names to this day. It's pretty good. So right there, that will go, and that will lead off the inning over. But Joshua Mears getting a 2-run shot on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on for San Antonio as we head to the top of the 2nd inning, and the Missions are up in front by 2. We're back here with Gino Groover leading off Amarillo as we head for the 2nd inning. When we come back, it's San Antonio 2, Amarillo nothing.
About ready to lead off the top of the second inning for Amarillo right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Gino Groover will lead off the second inning for the Sod Poodles. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Soddies. That one high and outside is 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, Bacher had a pretty productive inning during the top of the first inning on the hill for San Antonio. That one is high fly in the air. The left fielder, Murphy, give a chase. He can't get there, and that's going to get over his head for a base hit. Going to first, going to second, and that boy ain't stopping. He's going for 3, and that's the leadoff triple for Amarillo. Boy, Groover was flying, wasn't he, Bob?
I gotta say, that boy's like he's carrying a piano on his back, and well, that is just something you don't see every day. Left fielder Murphy should have had that one, but evidently he's up there and gets a leadoff triple for the Sod Poodles. And that'll bring up A.J. Volkovich coming in. I was thinking during the time they would have called Volkovich up to the next part of the AAA organization there for the Reno Aces. So you have AA Amarillo, AAA Reno, and then Major League Arizona. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's going to get down. A leadoff base hit. That'd be the RBI single. And it's a 2-1 ball game. San Antonio still leads the 1 run against Amarillo. Boy, RBI single by A.J. Volkovich as he comes in, brings home the teammate out there from third. A single brings it in, and so far now 2-1 our ball game here in the top of the second. And the next batter up is Kevin Sim as he leads it off. 6, 7, and 8 due up in this one. 1-0, that one chopped foul, and it's 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one down and outside, 2-1. Boy, final 3 homestands left, 18 games left for this year. So I would say that there would be a 18 homestand type game, and yep, that one will be out of here, and the Sod Poodles will take the lead now 3-2.
Boy, I gotta say, when you were talking about that, John, Amarillo came in and scored in 2.
So when we talk about the 18 home games, so evidently tonight after this one, we're down to 17 left of the home games. So taking on the Frisco Rough Riders, and then probably the Tulsa Drillers right after that.
Evidently, it's not a 18-18 type game and stuff. So pretty much what you're thinking of, John, is there is only like 12 away games and 18 home games left of this current season.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Bob, for your help. I need your expertise and stuff.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. No balls, 2 strikes to Tim Tawa. Amarillo leads it 3-2, and they take the lead on a 2-run shot. That one's going to be high fly in the air. Mears getting under it in shallow right center as he'll make the play for out number 1.
Batting it, the left fielder, number 24, Navy.
Boy, the left fielder is Nathan Castillo. Or Neffy. Do apologize. Boy, this guy coming back from AAA Reno on rehab assignments.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, he's been with AAA Reno for quite a while, and so far he came back into rehab.
Still got plenty more work here in AA. He sure does. The 0-1. Right there in the inside corner, and that's a strike. It's 0-2. 3-2 our score. Top of the second for the Sod Poodles. Boy, getting worked up is that bullpen for the Sod Poodles. Guessing after seeing that 2-run shot by the center fielder, Joshua Mears, they say, hey, let's not take any chances and let's win it here tonight. Oh, and high fly in the air. Perez Jr. will get up there in shallow right field, just shy of the foul ground area. And that is out number 2. Yeah, I would say that San Antonio and Midland are in a foot race. They're 64 even. If Amarillo beats San Antonio, then that will be a loss. If Midland wins, they'll take first place this evening. But if San Antonio can get going and put more runs on the board, then they'll beat Amarillo for sure. If Tulsa beats Midland, then San Antonio would still hold on to first place position. Is he 0-1? And that's going to be right there. Ditter in short. Pass to Dunn at first. That's the inning. Well, Kevin Sim will get a 2-run shot for Amarillo on a hit. And no errors. Nobody left on for the Sod Poodles. We're 2.5 here this evening. Amarillo leads at 3-2. Ripken Reyes will lead off the bottom of the second for San Antonio. When we come back, it's the Sod Poodles 3, San Antonio 2. Got ready for the bottom of the second for San Antonio, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Ripken Reyes leads it off 7-8-9, due up in the half of the second for the Missions. That one hit to short. He'll flip it to first, and that's out number 1.
Batting it, the shortstop, Ray Patrick.
Shortstop is Ray Patrick Ditter as he comes in and he's ready to go. Boy, 95 degrees here on this evening.
Nope, ball 1.
Beautiful conditions, no clouds in the sky. Today was just a beautiful day. Evidently partly cloudy tomorrow with high 100 degrees. Next couple of days through this week into next week is 100 degrees in everything. Evidently no rain in the forecast, and so far with the fireworks shows on the final 3 homestands of this year for the Saturday night matinees, we're evidently going to drone shows. So just to play it safe, we don't want nothing catching on fire on that one. Well, the 9-hole hitter, Brandon Valenzuela, coming in as he's ready to go. Takes a strike in there, and the count now 0-1. 2 away, nobody on here in this half inning. The 0-1. He's going to launch that one high fly in the air up to center, and that will pretty much do for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on for San Antonio here in this one. That's 2 complete. We're on now to the 3rd as Amarillo leads by 1. It's 3-2. Back here as Christian Robinson will lead it off for the Sod Poodles here in the 3rd inning in this one. Stay tuned, we got more on the way. Got ready for the top of the 3rd for Amarillo right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Christian Robinson lead it off for the Sod Poodles, top of the 3rd. 3-2 our score here in San Antonio, Texas. The pitch right there in the end for a strike, and it's 0-1 as 3rd inning now getting underway here tonight. Amarillo putting up 2 runs in the previous inning. Boy, they are doing it good. They hold it in there. They beat San Antonio. And it will be another loss for the Missions. If Midland wins against Tulsa, I will say that they will claim that 1st place position. But right there, Robinson goes down on strikes. A backwards K for Lake Bacher. And there's 1 away. Shortstop is Tommy Troy, 0 for 1 strikeout in the 1st inning. Boy, just a good game here tonight as Amarillo lead by 1. But San Antonio trying to retake that lead back, and hopefully they could do that in the home half of 3. Arkansas leads Wichita 6-2. Good ball game there at the porch. The 0-1. High in the air up to center. Mears is standing under it as he's camped under, and that is 2 away. Jackson Feltner coming back in. Fly out in the 1st is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to him. And that's chopped foul, and it's 0-1. So, yeah, brand new ballpark and a stadium for a downtown. What do you think about that, Bob?
Well, I don't think that all of us would have to move, but evidently for
San Antonio and for this city. Hopefully they'll think of something. Well, evidently, Bob, there'll be a lot of construction going on in downtown San Antonio. And pretty much to get us that ballpark, it would be 200 out of that. And we'll talk more about it in just a little bit. A strikeout for Lake Bacher will conclude this half inning. Still a 3-2 lead for the Sod Poodles in this one. Left fielder Kai Murphy will lead it off, bottom half of 3. When we return here in this one. 3-2 our score. Amarillo leads it by 1. About ready for the bottom of the third for San Antonio, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, the left fielder is Kai Murphy. 1, 2, and 3 due up, home half of 3. That one in the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, Logan Allen was pretty much from Midland, which evidently he had free trade and agencies. So, pretty much he was drafted in this year, 2024. That one is well hit, high fly in the air up to left, and there'll be the left fielder that'll make the running grab for out number 1. Right fielder Robert Perez Jr. coming in. He doubled last time up. A run is 1 for 1. That one is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, beautiful night here in San Antonio. I got to say, there is just no clouds. And, boy, kids started their first day of school.
Yeah, they sure did.
School night for all the kids and youngsters out there. Yeah, sure did, Bob. What's fun about going to school is getting them straight A's and making new friends and hanging out in the cafeteria, bring your lunch or get your lunch. Evidently, our mascot Jalapeno went up to a couple elementary schools last week. Henry Puppy Taco as well, and yes, they were given a couple of tickets to a couple of kids to go to a game on the weekend.
I gotta say, it's pretty good.
Well, that one is going to be drilled. High fly in the air, and that's going to get down extra bases. And Mears getting in for a double.
That's going to award him that 2-run shot he had earlier.
And now getting up there for the double. And that's going to put the tying run at second. That is Mears. Just absolutely beautiful when he drilled that one earlier over the wall for that 2-run shot. First baseman is Lucas Dunn. As he takes a strike inside, it's 0-1. 1-for-1 single in the first by the first baseman Dunn. Michael De La Cruz and other missions are off during this evening. And that one's going to be right there, and that will be caught up in the warning track, as that will be it for this half inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, one left for San Antonio as we head off to the fourth inning. And the Sod Poodles still lead this one by 3-2. We're back here as Gino Groover will lead off the fourth. For Amarillo, we come back next here on the Missions Baseball Network. About ready for the fourth here for the Missions Baseball Network. Gino Groover coming in, 4-5-6 due up for Amarillo. Bacher starts his fourth rotation in the lineup. And boy, still hanging strong as he is. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch. That one popped high and foul, and it's 0-2. No balls, two strikes to count to Groover. That one is high fly in the air up to Mears. And that is going to be out number one as he'll make the play. Well, Mears is on his game tonight, John. He really is. I agree. A.J. Vukovic, 1-for-1. Coming up now for Amarillo. The pitch. That one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's a 1-0 delivery. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Boy, what's better on the weekend than coming out to the missions game. It's more better than having a horseback ride and go out and visit some ranches. Spring Creek Stables is our new sponsorship here. Evidently, since West Creek was dropped off, and evidently, we may go back in the near future, and hopefully things will be a whole lot better, but as of right now, things are not good up there. Here's Kevin Sim as he's a 1-for-1 by the 2-run home run that he had back in the second for Amarillo. Pretty good half inning for Sim. Getting that 2-run shot for the Sod Poodles. I gotta say, John, he absolutely did it pretty good right there. And he sure did. No balls to 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. And that one is high fly in the air. Boy, he has another one. And it's gone. And there's another 2-run homer for Kevin Sim. 4 RBIs on his name. You know, it's 5-2 Amarillo as, boy, they keep piling it on. That one was hit high as a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I gotta say, John, that one was impressive right there for Amarillo. Hey, can you believe that guy is still up here in Double-A?
I gotta say, Kevin Sim should get that call up to the Reno Aces before too long.
Well, evidently might be his last few months before they give him the good old boot. Tim Tawa is 0-for-1 fly out in the second. It was like Jacob Marcy and Nathan Mortarella, the 2 former San Antonio Missions that went up free agency, and evidently they did not get a call up to the AAA level type baseball or San Diego. They went to the Miami Marlins. I bet to this day they're still there.
Yeah, I bet they are, John.
Nafi Castillo coming in as he takes that one down and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 5-2 Amarillo. Boy, 2 home runs by that one guy. That's a swing and a miss right there, and that's 1-1. Make that the 4 RBIs.
Boy, if he keeps that up, the Sod Poodles can win this one on the road.
They sure can, and they might just do that, Bob. So Amarillo leading by 3 runs here in this half inning alone. And right there, swing and a miss, and boy, they get him. Boy, Kevin Sim is just on cruise control tonight, as that was his second 2-run homer for Amarillo. Well, we're 4.5 here tonight. The Sod Poodles lead at 5-2. Clay Dungan coming in for San Antonio as he'll lead off the bottom half of the 4th for the Missions when we come back.
Well, about ready to go for the bottom of the fourth inning for San Antonio, right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Clay Duncan coming in as we set to go for this half inning. 5, 6, and 7 here on this beautiful Taco Night Tuesday. 5 games after tonight left over for these two ball clubs, and just got to say that we're going to miss these guys after Sunday.
I gotta say, there's always a next year, and plus opening day 2025, we're taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
That's right, Bob. Starting Friday, April 4th through the 6th. It's going to be pretty good. That one high fly in the air up to right field. And boy, that's going to get over the fence. A home run. Clay Duncan. My gracious, this guy can hit a fastball and just plunk a bird in the head.
Yeah, I could guarantee you, John, that one was a well-executed fastball. And he got it right where he wanted it.
He sure did. About 101 mile an hour and a half on the exit velocity. 374. Boy, that was good right there. Connor Hollis coming in, takes a circle change down and in. The count now 0-1. Ground out in the first, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to him, and that one is outside, 1-1. 5-3 our score. Amarillo lead 2. And there's another one high in the air, and it is gone. And Connor Hollis has one. By golly, these guys are getting good.
Oh, man.
Back-to-back jacks for San Antonio.
I gotta say, John, Amarillo's being trailed now as now it's a 5-4 ball game for them.
And all they have to do is keep on piling the runs in and hopefully propel them to the W. Whoa, a exit velocity of 100 mile an hour, right on the money. And now is Ripken Reyes as he hits one to short. And right there is he'll get him by a step, and that is out number 1. Boy, Ray Patrick Ditter coming in 0 for 1 with the strikeout in the second. And the pitch to him. That one down and in, and the count now 0-1. That one hit to short. And that's out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, Brandon.
Well, the catcher now is Brandon Valenzuela. He's 0 for 1. Line out in the second. 5-4 Amarillo. Boy, San Antonio leading or trailing this game by a 1. Here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be hit to the shortstop. And that'll do for this half inning. But 2 home runs come in across the score on 2 base hits, no errors, and nobody left for San Antonio. 4 innings complete, and it's on now to the 5th as Amarillo leads it by 5-4. Caleb Roberts will lead off the 5th inning when we come back. It's Sod Poodles 5, San Antonio 4. About ready for the fifth inning for Amarillo, coming up right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Caleb Roberts stepping in now as he'll greet face-to-face. First time up, Blake Bacher. Boy, that one is high fly in the air, and that is going to drift out of play, and it's about 7.5 foot outside the foul pole. No balls and one strike by Caleb Roberts. 0-1. Chop down, it's 0-2. One more time. That one popped foul, and it's still holding on at 0-2. 5-4. Amarillo leads it by the 1 run. Top of the fifth inning for the Sod Poodles, and that is out. And the count now 0-2. 18 home games left, 12 on the road. Pretty good right there. That is high fly in the air. Robert Perez Jr. just shy of the warning track will make the play for the out.
Now the center fielder, Christian Robinson.
And that'll bring up the leadoff batter, Christian Robinson. Robinson coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be hit up to left fielder Murphy as he'll make the lunging grab for out number 2. Tommy Troy coming in, 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. So tonight, if Amarillo wins this one, then most likely if Midland goes up against Tulsa and wins it, evidently the Rockhounds will win the first place position. Evidently the Rough Riders and Springfield this year have the Texas League tickets to the playoff rounds. Right there, and the count now 0-2. Hey, John, are we going to the playoff rounds like we did last year? Yep. Remember during when Amarillo took on the Arkansas Travelers and Sod Poodles won that game? Boy, I tell you what, it was good. Yeah, it sure was. Well, strikeout right there is that will do it for this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Amarillo as we're 5.5 here tonight. And the Sod Poodles lead it 5-4. Now we're back here as the left fielder Kai Murphy will lead it off for the bottom of the fifth. We come back. About ready for the bottom of the fifth for San Antonio, right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, leadoff hitter Kai Murphy would get things started. Logan Allen returning to the mound for the Sod Poodles, as he is now 5 innings pitching for Amarillo. That one's going to be line drive up the middle for a center field base hit.
Murphy now the tying run for San Antonio, and that's going to be pretty good as he could try to get on base and get around to score. And now right fielder is Robert Perez Jr. And pitch out, nothing doing. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 for 2 with a double and a run for Perez Jr. Evidently trying to get in and get something going. High fly in the air up to center, and that's going to be a fly out to the center field area for out number 1.
Now the center fielder, Joshua Mears.
Boy, center fielder Joshua Mears had that 2-run shot. Is 2 for 2 on that one. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be high fly in the air up to right. Center fielder give a chase, and that will be out number 2.
Now the first baseman,
Lucas Dunn, 1 for 2, single in the first. I gotta say, this could be another 1-2-3 inning as we head forward for the 6th inning coming up after this one. First baseman Dunn coming in, and that's going to be a line drive base hit up the left. And the go-ahead run now at first, tying run up at second. Which that is really good as they keep on going. Clay Dungan coming up now. 3-run shot would give them the lead, and that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's going to get bases loaded. Boy, a grand slam would make it 8-5 if San Antonio could get up there and try to get a home run with all men on bases. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, it sure would, John. And Connor Hollis, he's the man to do it if he could get it over that wall.
Yeah, for sure. Right there, line to short, and that will be the force out at second. So, no runs on a couple of hits, no errors, and they leave the bags loaded. On now to the 6th inning, as it is still a 5-4 ball game for Amarillo. As we head to the 6th, as Jackson Feltner will lead it off for the Sod Poodles. More baseball right after this.
Top of the 6th inning for Amarillo right now on the Missions Baseball Network.
Well, as we get ready, Jackson Feltner will lead it off. 3, 4, and 5. Due up for the top of inning number 6. High fly in the air, and that one's crushed out of here. Up to left, it's gone. Feltner gets a run in to score, and now 6-4. They get one of those back, and they'll still carry on the lead.
Boy, Amarillo doesn't go down quietly in this one, John.
No, they do not. and they're going to fight to the finish to secure this win. People there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo are cheering on that home run by Jackson Feltner. 100.2 mile an hour, 382 foot. Which that is pretty good. Gino Groover coming in now as after the home run. 4, 5, 6 now doing up for Amarillo. 1 for 2, but Groover, last time up, he had that triple. Came in to score on a run. Here's the 0-1. That one down and in, it's 1-1. Boy, getting pretty good for Amarillo. 6-4 now, top of the 6th inning. Well, it is a school night for a lot of kids, and evidently do believe that 9 o'clock is their normal school night. But if you're listening to us on the radio at KKYX or here on YouTube Live, the baseball game might just put you to sleep. As you're probably listening to what is the remnants of tonight's game.
The
Right fielder is A.J. Volkovich, 2 for 2, 2 singles, RBI, and 2 runs. In to score for the Sod Poodles. That one is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 1 away, nobody on here in this half inning. Top of the 6th for Amarillo. That's a swing and a miss, and the count now 1-1. 68 pitches by Bacher. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 2.
2 strikes.
And it's 1-2. We're starting to get nightfall here in San Antonio, and for all of us to lead off a work week, we hope that you guys are getting to work safely, kids getting to school safely as well. Well, Volkovich gets strikes out by Blake Bacher. Kevin Sim up now to bat. 2 home runs that lead to 4 RBIs on 2 back-to-back homers. Pretty good for Kevin Sim. Well, time now is being called as here comes the pitching coach out of the dugout, and so far the manager will be there as well. Well, here comes the manager, and he's going up to the mound to pull his pitcher, Blake Bacher. Well, that will do for him, and so far might get credited with a L, a W, or a no decision. But let's hope the bullpen will turn it around as quickly as possible. Sean Reynolds coming in, 4-seam slider, 2-seam fastball as well at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball radius. Kevin Sim waiting on 2 outs here in this half inning. Pops that one, high fly in the air and out of play, foul. It's 0-1. 6-4, top of the 6th. Amarillo leads 2. Pitch swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
2 strikes.
So, Bob, you enjoying yourself at the ball game? I sure am, John. What about you? Well, yes. Me too, Bob. 0-2. That one high fly in the air up to foul ground. Stun at first. Will make the play, and that's the inning. But Jackson Feltner gets a solo shot to continue this lead for Amarillo. 6.5 complete, and it's Sod Poodle 6, San Antonio 4. 6.5 coming up right after a commercial message brought to you apart by Spring Creek Stables here in San Antonio. Bottom half of 6, Ripken Reyes will lead it off when we come back. About ready for the bottom of the sixth, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Ripken Reyes, 7-8-9, due up to the San Antonio bottom half of the order. That one is a line up the middle. That's a center field base hit. Well, now the tying run now coming up at the plate. And Ripken Reyes just getting in there. Boy, just tattoos that back up the middle. What do you think, Bob?
Well, that was a pretty good play, and now the shortstop Ray Patrick Ditter coming in.
Takes that one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, they're doing really well here tonight, and they're trying to get more runs in to score.
Yeah, San Antonio needs them to keep this one going. That one is popped high outside, and that will go foul. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. High fly in the air, and it'll drop a base hit. Oh, the tying run now at first base. See, earlier on, San Antonio had a 2-0 early shutout there in the bottom of the first, but a 3-run for Amarillo will put it 3-2. Well, manager coming out of the bullpen, and that will do for the starter as number 22 is retired for the night. Connor Pilkington coming in now as he's getting ready to be the first reliever of the night for Amarillo. That is number 58 for the Sod Poodles. In this one. Well, Brandon Valenzuela coming in. 2-1, nobody out, as that's inside for a strike. It's 0-1. 0 for 2, line out and a ground out by Valenzuela. Here's the pitch, and that one is outside, 1-1. Boy, San Antonio in first place, Springfield in first place as well in the north. Winning against Frisco would be huge, as they would carry on more wins on the reservoir for them. 1 ball at 2 strikes, 2-1, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. And that's going to be high fly in the air up to center, and that's going to be caught. And that is out number 1.
The left fielder, number 11, Kyle Murphy.
Hi, Murphy coming in, 1 for 3, single in the 5th. Boy, getting a 3-run shot would be huge. Going high in the air up to center. And that is out number 2. And uh-oh, that'll put a run in to score on an error. And now that will be a costly one for Amarillo as the ball gets away and it is out of play. Run in to score for San Antonio, now 6-5 as the tying run now at third. Boy, you don't see that every day, do you, Bob?
No, you actually don't. I mean, that is just one thing that you can't screw up on.
Yeah, for sure. And that one's going to be blistered high in the air. And boy, Robert Perez Jr. lets one fly, and they take back the lead. San Antonio, 7-6. Lets it fly, and they take it back. Boy, 3 runs here in this half inning. Well, if San Antonio could keep this one going, they might just win it here in this one.
Well, John, don't get your hopes up because it can still turn around, and I mean, it might.
Well, I bet that pitcher was throwing the fit on the mound for Amarillo. San Antonio now 7-6 against Amarillo. Boy, Robert Perez Jr. puts the nails in the coffin as he hits that one. 2-run shot for the Missions. Boy, that guy being loud as Highway 90 traffic is really, really loud. Got cars going to Del Rio or going to Universal City or even close to Lavernia. Outside for the ball and the count now 2-2. 3 runs home here. And that one's going to be hit to the third baseman. He'll flip it to first, and that is the inning over. Well, that will do for this one as we head to the 7th inning. And San Antonio secures the lead. It is 7-6 Missions. Got ready for the 7th inning right here in the Missions Baseball Network. Tim Tawa coming in as we set for the 7th. 7, 8, 9 due up. Boy, takes a slider inside for the count now 0-1. Boy, pretty good ball game here tonight. But we got to see how Midland's doing there at good old Tulsa. Boy, evidently they are 2-2 tied. Well, it looks like Drillers could easily win this one with bases loaded. That one chopped foul and the count now 1-2. So far, if they try to whack in a run in the top of extras like the 10th inning, Midland should secure the W. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Get him down on strikes, and Tawa is out. Well, the first one for Amarillo. Nafi Castillo coming in 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Boy, Springfield at Frisco. We got to see how these boys are going. Cardinals will be here on the 10th of September, which that is going to be pretty good. Boy, 4-3 Springfield. Could be another victory for the Springfield Cardinals. They had their last 3 against San Antonio. Mission's down to a 3-game losing streak. And that's going to be right there, and Ditter gets it. And he has no play, as that'll be Castillo reaching on the fielder's choice on a base hit. Well, Caleb Roberts coming in as now the tying run, the go-ahead now at the plate. And that's going to be a count now, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Runner at first, 1 away, top of the 7th. San Antonio leads it by 1 run against Amarillo. Boy, inside for a strike. It's 0-2. Springfield 61-47 of the year. Rough Riders at 60-47. So pretty much they are getting ready for a foot race, but in first place for the South is San Antonio, and Midland right behind them in a foot race. Tied up at 64 apiece for both the Missions and Rockhounds as well. That one right there hit the Dunn. Ditter back to Dunn. Taco Bell double play ends the inning. Boy, 2 free crispy tacos on taco night, right?
Gotta say, John, absolutely right.
Well, that will do for this half inning. We head to the stretch as it is 7-6. So we will see you back after the stretch, and it's going to be a good one.
Well, hope you had a good stretch at home. Now it's about ready for the bottom of the 7th inning.
I don't got to say, Bob, it's going pretty good for all of us here in good old San Antonio. So we're about ready to go for the half of the inning here for the Missions. First baseman Lucas Dunn coming in this ball game as he'll try to keep ahead the score against Amarillo, and that's count now 0-1 as Pilkington delivers that fastball in for strike 1, and it is 0-1.
Ball 1.
Boy, top of the 9th, Northwest Arkansas leads Corpus Christi 5-0. Arkansas leads Wichita 8-3 there at the porch. Springfield leads Frisco there at Statesman's Park 4-3. San Antonio leading 7-6 against Amarillo. Boy, the Drillers winning against Midland. Final score 3-2.
3-2.
So they are the first ones done, but Midland is losing this one for game 1 of this 6-game set. Here's the 3-2. And that one's going to be lofted in the air up to right. And that is out number 1.
The third baseman.
Well, if San Antonio wins, and evidently Midland has a loss to Tulsa tonight, and they'll continue their first place position. Down and in, 1 ball, no strikes to the 5th hole batter, Clay Dungan. Here's the pitch, that one right there, 2 balls and no strikes. You know, if you remove the G off of Gann, evidently put a C right there, his name would be Clay Duncan. Evidently have a friend out there in Muskogee, Oklahoma, named Duncan. We've known each other for 11 years. But pretty good on that one. That one is lifted high in the air up to right field, and it's gone. And a home run for San Antonio, as that one is Dungan's second one of the night. We'll put that one out of reach.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good here tonight, John.
Well, Mission's up now by 2. And they are still getting pretty good. Now another relief pitcher coming out. That is Gavin Hollowell. Boy, 33.5 innings pitched. His ERA is at 5.88, 20.8 strikeout radius. This guy first debuting, and his first draft pick was April of this year in 2024. First hand, he'll meet Connor Hollis. 1 for 3, solo shot back in the 4th. 8-6 San Antonio, 2 runs ahead of Amarillo tonight. Boy, Sod Poodles just getting a little bit triggered after the home run they saw. And that one's going to be up there, right field base hit. And that's going to be a 1-out single.
Now back, second baseman, Ripken Reyes.
Boy, Ripken Reyes coming in. One for 3 of the night. And boy, that's going to be crushed up there, up to right field. And that's going to get down extra bases, running hard and running wide. Runner at first going home, and it's in to score, as that will be a Reyes RBI double.
Boy, and San Antonio gets another one right there, John.
Yeah, they sure do. This first game might be San Antonio. As you said before, Bob, it is going extremely well.
Yeah, it sure is.
Next batter up is Ray Patrick Ditter. Whataburger served hot and fresh 24/7 for all people of San Antonio and neighboring cities like Bernie and Hondo and Castroville as well, and Uvalde, Lavernia as well. 9-6 San Antonio. Ray Patrick Ditter coming up now. Boy, swing and a miss. It's like he's swinging underwater for a strike at 0-2. Josh Green and Logan Clayton coming in, 2 right-handers warming up in the Amarillo dugout. Or should I say bullpen. Boy, that one is high fly and out of play, foul, and that's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Get him down on strikes, and Ditter is out. And Hollowell getting a strikeout for the Sod Poodles. Now they're 2 away. Catcher Brandon Valenzuela coming in and takes that one inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, Springfield got a tight lead on Frisco. 1 run. Score is 4-3. That one right there to left, and that is out, as that will do it. Well, the Mission's getting the 3 runs. Or should I say 2? But anyway, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and at least 1 left on. To the top of the 8th we go. Christian Robertson will lead it off for the Sod Poodles. When we return, our score, the San Antonio Missions 9, Amarillo 6. Spring Creek Stables is brought to you in part by our San Antonio Missions. $60 horseback ride, right off a 1604 and IH-10. Can't miss it. Beautiful place. Go out there during the weekend or vacation time or whatever time you've got. Just go out there and get you a visit. Well, top of the 8th inning for Amarillo, and Christian Robertson coming in to bat now for the Sod Poodles here, and we're about ready to go. Bob, would you do the honors of taking over? Yeah, sure. Well, that one is popped up, high fly in the air, and that is out of play. And foul for the count now, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Robinson. He's 0 for 3 of the evening. And that one's going to be high fly in the air, and boy, they get one back. And now it's a 2-run margin for San Antonio, but Amarillo not far behind as they get a home run by Christian Robertson. See, Bob, the balls have been jumping out of this yard like crazy tonight. Yeah, they sure have. See, if Amarillo wins this one, and already to the fact that Midland lost to Tulsa tonight, then there's still going to be a 64 even tie for both Missions and Rockhounds. Evidently with Frisco, boy, I tell you one thing. 12-game homestand. First leadoff 6 with Springfield. Next following week with San Antonio. Do I got to say, John, absolutely right. You know, Bob, when we do get up into 2025, our teams, we close out the month of April next year, going into May, like to my 32nd birthday. 12-game homestand, 6 with Corpus Christi and 6 with Frisco. Which, that's pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. No balls, 2 strikes to Tommy Troy. Here's the 0-2. And that one's going to be line drive. That's going to be up to right field. That's a base hit. Perez Jr. trying to get it back in, and that's going to be a no-out double for Amarillo. Now the tying run is coming up now for the Sod Poodles. That's Jackson Feltner. Feltner coming in. And before they do, they'll throw to second to make sure he's back in standing. Number 12 is Troy out there in the scoring position. That's going to be hit to second baseman Reyes. They'll flip to Dunn, covering first. But meanwhile, the runner advances from second to third. Gino Groover 1 for 3, triple on the run. Amarillo down to their final 5 outs here tonight. Boy, if the Rough Riders can actually win, that would be pretty good for them to beat Springfield. That one popped up high fly in the air. Third baseman Dungan getting under it, makes the grab. And that's a wasted RBI opportunity right there. Well, that'll bring up A.J. Volkovich 2 for 3 of the night. Boy, a 5-0 shutout. Northwest Arkansas just crushes Corpus Christi 5-0. Well, ouch. Yeah, that's what I got to say, Bob. Ouch. Down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. 9-7, top of the 8th inning. San Antonio up 2 runs ahead of Amarillo. Here's a 1-1, and that one's going to be high fly in the air up to Mears. And that's going to get down as the run is in to score. And now the tying run now getting ready to get on base, and the likes of which he is on base right now. Kevin Sim 2 for 3, 4 RBIs for Amarillo. Well, time now is being called as that will be a trip to the mound as the pitching coach having a talk with Sean Reynolds. And evidently that will do it for Sean Reynolds. Alec Jacob coming in. Boy, he was the 7th draft in 2023. Strikeout rate is a 50%. That is really good for him. Springfield leads it 4-3 against Frisco. Boy, 8-3 Arkansas as they lead 5 against Wichita. Final score from Tulsa, 3-2 against Midland. 5-0 Northwest Arkansas against Corpus Christi. And that one right there in the end, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tying run at the first place area. First place? Huh. You mean first base. Oh, duh. Here's a 1-1, and that one is popped foul, and the count now 1-2. Kevin Sim, he is the tie-breaking run for Amarillo. Boy, another 2-run shot would give him 6 RBIs. Yeah, but I don't want to take a chance right there. 1-2. And that one's going to be popped foul, and it's still hanging on at 1-2. Boy, now Springfield getting another run in. 5-3 for the Cardinals there at Statesman's Park. 1-2. That one high fly in the air up to right. Perez Jr. gets camped under it, and that will do. Well, a couple of runs in to score for the Sod Poodles. And it's now on to the 8th inning for the Missions, as it's a 1-run lead for San Antonio. It's 9-8. Boy, left fielder Kai Murphy coming in as a leadoff. The bottom of the 8th inning for San Antonio when we come back.
Well, we head off to the bottom of the eighth for San Antonio, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, left fielder Kai Murphy stepping in, 1, 2, and 3. Due up for this half of the eighth. One taken inside for a strike. It's 0 and 1. Boy, for the Frisco Rough Riders 12-game homestand, Springfield and San Antonio. Then they head up to the North Division to take on Northwest Arkansas. And that's the Frisco Rough Riders. You're looking at their schedule as well? Yep.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, and after that, they get one more homestand with Wichita. And they'll conclude their regular season there in Amarillo. That one is fouled off, and it's 1 and 2. So the Division Series Game 1 for the Rough Riders will be the 17th Divisions 2 and 3 game if necessary. That's going to be right there. Line drive to short. They get them out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder, Robert Perez Jr.
You know, the right fielder is Robert Perez Jr. as he comes in. Boy, Springfield getting in there as well, but both of our finalists have been finalized. That is AA Frisco and North Division Springfield. Well, I got to say, John, our 2 teams have been made, and now with San Antonio and Midland fighting over the first place position. Yeah, I know, and with Frisco trying to win this one against Springfield tonight, it is pretty much a pitcher's duel for the Cardinals and Rough Riders and the pitching staff.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Evidently, with Springfield up 6-3, 2 runs in to score. And boy, they put the nail in the coffin right there. It was a cacophony of getting them runs. Yeah, it sure was, John. And right there, Perez Jr. will swing and miss. And that is out number 2 as Hollowell getting a strikeout. Joshua Mears is a 2-run RBI. Boy, just really cripples that ball out of here by hitting it with the bat and leather flying everywhere. He whacks the stuffing out of it. 2 for 4 of the night by Mears. And that's going to be right there. High fly in the air up to center. And that will pretty much do it. Our score is 9-8 as we wrap up the 8th inning. And we're on now to one more half inning of baseball. And it is 9-8 for San Antonio here in this one. Tim Tawa will lead it off as we get ready to do the top of the 9th inning for the Sod Poodles in this one.
Well, on now to the top of the ninth inning for Amarillo, right here on the Missions Baseball Network. Tim Tawa will lead it off, 7-8-9. Boy, Amarillo down a run as San Antonio holding a run. It's taken in for a strike at 0-1. There are final 3 outs for the Sod Poodles here tonight. Boy, big crowd here in San Antonio, and that's going to be 0-2 the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, Bob, do the honors of getting our promotions out.
On Military Appreciation Night tomorrow night, it's Flying Chanclas taking on Amarillo on Taco Bell Value Night.
And that one right there up to the right field area, as that is caught by Perez Jr. for out number 1. Nefi Castillo is coming in, 1 for 3, single on the 7th. Friday is Flying Chanclas as well. Saturday after the game is our drone show, and there will not be any fireworks. And that one presented by our friends there at Spring Creek Stables.
0-1.
It's 0-1 the count now to Castillo. You know, I gotta say, I like West Creek trail rides, but evidently there has been a lot of things going on there, and we're just not going to get into great detail on stream about it.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, that it's a lot of things going on there that don't make any sense, and evidently, hopefully, they'll get things going.
Yeah, the right way. That's what needs to happen. But anyway, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Castillo. Here's the pitch to him, and that one is outside, 2-2. I feel like everybody is almost completing the game playing and stuff. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And that's going to be right there. Line drive. That's a base hit. And he's going to second for it. And he's safely in there. Boy, and now the tying run. Now in scoring position for Amarillo.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, this game is a high-scoring ball game. A lot of runs in this one as well.
It sure is, Bob. Boy, in now is Caleb Roberts. Number 24 in scoring position for Amarillo. Here's the pitch to him. That's inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Round out in the 7th is 0 for 3 by Roberts. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to him. And that one's going to be high fly in the air. And Perez Jr. coming in. And here comes the tag up. And they'll put a runner 90 feet into scoring position on the fly out. Well, Christian Robinson coming in as he's the last man up, and 1 base hit will tie up the ball game. And the pitch, and that one's going to be lifted. High fly in the air. And hit the wall as the Missions will win this ball game by a 1-run win for San Antonio, as that will be 9-8.
First for the victorious Missions, 9 runs on 15 hits. No errors, they left 6 runners on base. For the visitors, 8 runs on 11 hits. 1 error, they left 3 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 19 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
We'll say that will be everybody that played in tonight's ball game. And so far, we had fun on this Taco Night Tuesday. Well, don't forget, tomorrow evening is Military Appreciation Night for all of us here at the ballpark as we salute our people that serve our country in uniform. National Guard, military, first responders, everybody that serves in uniform. That is why we call it Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. Thursday, Taco Bell Value Night, flying chanclas for both Thursday and Friday evenings. Saturday is our ball game, our drone show after the ball game, and so far Sunday will be it for these 2 ball clubs of the year for both San Antonio and Amarillo as well. To say for all of us here in the Texas League, our final score 9-8 as San Antonio holds on just a run to propel them to the W. Clay Dungan getting the 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Winner on the mound is Sean Reynolds. Connor Pilkington is the loss, and Alec Jacob getting the save for San Antonio. Well, for all of us here tonight, I hope everybody drive home safe, and we'll see you again tomorrow evening. The final score 9-8 here in this one.